Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Saurabh Gogoi and I'm here to present my project. The name of my project is Shopping Cart System. So the requirement of the project is that we have to create a shopping cart system called e-shopping zone, where there will be two modules. One is of merchant or admin, and another is of user. The merchant can sell their products of various categories, and the customer can view or buy their products with different payment options such as cash on delivery or card payment. The technology that I've used for my project is in the front end. I've used Angular. For the backend, I've used SQL Database 2018, and as middleware, I've used ASP.NET Core Web API. This is the use case diagram. In this project, a new user can browse through the various products which are available. Then the user can add those products to the cart. But when the user clicks on cart, he or she will be redirected to the login page where the user will be asked to log in or register. After successful login, the user will be redirected to the cart where the products will be shown. Hence, the user can do checkout by payment. Next, we've got the various. This figure shows what the user and admin can respectively do. The user can select products, add items to the cart, view the cart, and do the shopping, while the admin can do the same stuff. But also, the admin can add or delete the products from the database itself. Next, this is the ERD or the entity relationship diagram. It shows the various tables which I've used in the project and how they are related to each other. For the table, we user authentication, address, transaction, etc. Now let me take you to the front UI of the project. So this is the home page of my shopping cart, which is shop from home. So first, let me take you to the admin side where the admin can add or delete the product. So I've already added one of admin, and I've also added all the validations here. So you can see these are all the products that the admin can see. So if I want to add the products, what I will do, I suppose I want to add some oranges here, like groceries, orange, like 30, 30, like some. I'll just pick some uh, images for orange, copy the image address, and then paste it here. So if I reload it, load the page, there you can see the product has been added. Next, the admin can to log out. Now next I will show how the user site works. So once the user sees the home page, the user can click on shop now and can see the various products which are available. So suppose if I add this product to the cart, it will show the added to cart. But if the user clicks on the cart button, here the user will be redirected to the login page because he is a new user. So first the user needs to register. So if I want just random name. So here as you can see, I've added all the validations for the email, password, like the phone number must be 10 digits and all that. And also let me show you, I've added the email service. So uh, if the user does a first time login, then uh, yeah, you can see the email comes to that mailbox that like is successfully registered with the website. So if now I want to log in, yeah, this is and can go to the cart page, and as you can see, these are all the various products which I've added to the cart. The user can increase the uh, number of the products and can delete it. Yeah, delete. You can delete the product as per the requirement. If I want to confirm order, then the user will be redirected to the order page where the total bill will be generated. I've also used the PDF generation system. So if I click on the download bill, the bill will be generated, which can be downloaded by the user and can be used for further use. So if a place order will be redirected to the payment page. So there will be two options for debit card or pay on delivery. So for debit card, just let me type the payment. I've also added all the validations. Clicking on the expiry month, and if I click on pay now, the payment will be generated. So the user can then go back to the home screen, or can add more products and do more shopping, or the user can just log out. So that's what the front end UI of my project looks like. Now if I go to the backend, I've used Visual Studio for the backend. In the backend, I've got various important folders. First one is the models. Models is a class with .css as an extension. It represents the data of an application. So for example, if I click on the card, here you can see various parameters such as cart ID, user ID, ID, product name, product image, quantity, and the price. These are like the skeletal body of that cart module. Next, I've got the controller. So if I click on card controller, so the purpose of controller is that it handles all the HTTP requests from the user, such as get, post, put, delete. Here is the I action result, which performs the action like get all card and all that. Next, I've got a repository. In the repository, I've got two sections. One is the interface, which is the I interface. So if I go to I card, it in the interface we have declared all the methods save, update, delete, and all that. And next is the repo class. The repo class function is that in the repo class we have implemented the interface that we declared here. You can see it is the implementation of interface. So the reason I've used repository pattern is it is used to create an abstraction layer between the data access and the business logic layer of an application, so that it promotes loosely coupled application. Also, one thing to note that I've used entity framework code first approach. So all the migrations that I've done are stored here. Next, another folder is the services. So services acts as a communication between the repo class and the controller that performs like it acts like a medium between the two to for the HTTP request, update, get, and all that. Coming down, I've got F setting the JSON. Here I gave the connection string so that it connects to my database in SQL. Next, I've got the startup.cs. In startup.cs, there are two important parts. First is the configuration. I mean, configure services. In configure services, all the dependency injection services are registered with the built-in IOC or inversion of control, such as add authentication. For I've also used JWT or JSON-based web token in my project. So here, this is the services that I've used: add JWT bearer, add DB context to connect, the database, add course cross origin resource sharing, which is the security policy by .NET to protect from external domains, add swagger, which is the API. Then we've got the configure, where all the middlewares are implemented, such as app.use HTTPS redirection, use routing, use authentication, etc. One thing that I would like to point out is that the order of middleware is important because they will be executed in the same order, like what we have listed here. That's all in the backend side. Now let me show you the Swagger. Yeah, it is running. So these are all the various modules that we have defined in the backend, such as card, feedback, order, payment, etc. And now let me take you to the front end side. In the front end, I've used Visual Studio VS Code for Angular. We have got the source folder here where all the which contains all the components of the application. Here you can see such as feedback, cart, error, footer, home, login, etc. If I click on one of the products, a component contains four important files: .css, which is like the style sheet; .html, which is the HTML page, how it looks; .spec.ts, which is for use for the test unit test specification; and .ts, which is the most important file, like it is the basic running point. contains all the get methods and all the routing important validations that will be required. Also, as I showed in the front end, that like email service is working here. This is the uh, sign up part where I've used. Next, we've got models. Models, it shows like in the backend we've got models where the class is defined in the same way in the front end. To match, this is the models folder. Uh, Next, we've got the services share service.ts, which is an important file. It imports like let me show you. Yeah, just import all the components, all the provide it to connect with the front end. We have provided the base URL here. This is the base URL. Next, we've typed all the CRUD operations such as get all user details, add user details, and all that. Another main file is like this one. Here we have all the imported all the components and all the necessary annotation and decorators which will be needed in a project. We have declared all the components here and imported, given the path to all that. So this is what the my project looks like. That's all from my side. Thank you.